Most of us don't like going to the hospital, but Melinda Perrin feels most at home there. A nationally recognized medical philanthropist, she believes in creating change in a unique way.
Meaningful, true change only occurs when all of the diverse voices and all of the diverse stakeholders are a part of creating that change from the bottom up.
Born in 1947, Melinda grew up in Houston, where she still lives today. She's a witness to the city's dramatic growth.
The population was under 1 million. It was the 7th largest city in America, and yet I could get on the bus and with a girlfriend and about $4 in our pocket, go downtown, go to James Coney Island, a movie, and shop for a bargain in Foley's basement, and then get home in time for supper.
Melinda inherited a love of public service from her parents, John and Elizabeth Hill. John and Melinda are the first father-daughter Distinguished Alumnus pair in University of Texas history.
My father was also fond of counseling the children and the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren about leaving things better than you find them. You may not have made the mess, but it was up to you to do your best to help clean it up.
There was never any question about where Melinda would go to college. She was practically born a Longhorn.
My parents both went to the University of Texas, and I grew up being a Longhorn. That obviously passed along to our 3 children who all attended the University of Texas.
On the 40 acres, Melinda studied education and was president of her sorority pledge class. After class, she tutored underprivileged children and worked at the Texas Exes. But the highlight was meeting her husband, Mike.
The most significant thing that it did was introduce me to my husband, who's allowed me to grow and be a part of so many wonderful activities during my life. It also was a time of maturing intellectually, of being exposed to so many diverse ideas and a diversity of relationships.
A young and passionate philanthropist, Melinda got the opportunity of a lifetime when she became the first woman ever appointed to the Herman Hospital Board.
Being appointed to the Herman Hospital Board was transformational in my life.
She didn't waste any time. With the board, Melinda led the hospital through a huge merger, expanded the Life Flight Air Ambulance program, and helped keep patients safe.
I've served on almost every committee that there is to serve on here. One of the more interesting assignments was being on the ethics committee and meeting with families whose loved ones were in a very compromised situation. I also became very involved at least 20 years ago in patient safety and helping to develop and bring to this healthcare system the tools that our caregivers needed to avoid making preventable mistakes.
Now, Melinda is turning her healthcare reform skills to help higher education. A founding member of the Texas Coalition for Excellence in Higher Education, she says healthcare and higher ed have much to learn from each other.
There are so many common elements because they're both very public-oriented institutions trying to educate and keep healthy the population. Both faced severe cutbacks in public funding, and both had to create new economic models.
Melinda loves spending time with her husband and their 3 children, Elizabeth, Carter, and Hunter.
I'm most proud of my marriage to Mike Perrin, 43 years, our 3 awesome kids that have taken us on quite a journey around the world with their interests. They've all 3 built wonderful families together, and I can't be more proud than I am of them.
She's also deeply involved on the 40 acres, from serving on the Commission of 125 to leading the development board. Inspired by her mother, who still volunteers at age 88, Melinda says she still has more work to do.
You know, as much strategic planning as I've done for organizations, I've never strategically planned my own life. I've just been very open to great opportunities. I think I will stay with the debate over higher ed and what kind of reform happens there until there's agreement on how we're going to do it right. Because we know that change is upon us. We just want the right change done the right way.
Tonight, we honor a Texas Exes life member who's devoted her life to public service that saves lives. Melinda Perrin, a distinguished alumna of the University of Texas at Austin.